Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Tittle Tattle Tarot. It's Georgie. And on the table today, I'm going to be using the Deviant Moon Tarot deck. And I am looking at a little thing that P. Dinah covered in one of her programs. And she said about a pre-coronation interview that Charles might consider doing with one of our veteran broadcasters, Jonathan Dimbleby. And I thought that was a really interesting little thing to read on. Would that actually happen? What does Charles think? What does Jonathan Dimbleby think? And most importantly, will it go ahead? So I just thought I'd ask the deck what they can tell me. So first of all, we'll look at King Charles. What are his thoughts about doing an interview pre-coronation with Jonathan Dimbleby? What are his thoughts about it? Having a little pre-conversation or a pre-coronation conversation about the coronation, and I am sure other things will be mentioned as well. What are his thoughts about doing that with Jonathan Dimbleby, a pre-coronation interview? Let's have a look from Charles's point of view. He doesn't want to do it. He actually thinks that, I think he's been approached to do it, but his thoughts are it's spilling out too much. You know, a 10 is like completion of, it's like the family here, that the family that is together. It might be a little bit of an Instagrammy kind of family, but they are together. And if you look at the royal family, it all looks very glossy. There's lots going on under the surface, but they are all looking very glossy and pretty stable. And I think that he thinks that if he does that, the royal family in this country will look weak. It's like bowing down to pressure to talk out about this, and I think he feels that it would make him look weak. But no, that's a stop. The Chariot is, yes, okay, let's do it. Yes, set it all up, we'll do it. That's great. Come round, Jonathan, and we'll have a good chat and we'll get the message out there. That will be the Chariot energy. And he's saying no. Spilling out family emotions onto a big stage, onto a world stage, is not what I want to do. We are a family that are tightly buttoned up, and for good or bad, the things that go on within our family on this side of the pond are very much buttoned up, and that is the way we are. And to actually let out all that emotion, all those feelings, that would be a very bad idea, and I want to stop and don't want to carry on. Do not want to do that with you. And the Hermit, I mean, that's a Harry card, Virgo, but this is just basically saying no. I think at this time he needs time on his own more than anything. He's got a lot to think about. There's obviously a lot of family concerns with this couple over in America, an awful lot going on there. He needs to put himself away, and he needs to think about things, how the coronation is going to go, what he's going to do, very important things that he needs to think about without the frippery of doing an interview and having that pressure. It's an extra pressure that he doesn't need. So from those three cards there, I would say that his thoughts, he's been approached about this, and his first thought is, no, I do not want to go on television. It's not his thing anyway. He's more of a man that doesn't really like to be on television talking like that, especially not about feelings. No. So that is the impression that I'm getting from Charles. But what about Jonathan Dimbleby? What kind of, I don't think he can put pressure on, but what kind of things are Jonathan Dimbleby's team saying to the palace? what kind of proposition have Jonathan Dimbleby and his team put to the palace about this possible interview? Let's just see what comes from here. Okay. I think Jonathan Dimbleby's team will say, you know, it will be a great start to your reign. You know, you will come across as the people's king, if you like, you know, the man who's very approachable, very relatable. The Fool is always full of enthusiasm. It's quite young energy. We're talking about a man in his 70s, but you know, it's like, well, you would be relatable to younger people, and you know, people will see you and think, oh, you know, so that's the king talking, and they would think that that is a real good start to your reign. That you know, you would go on camera and have an interview like a normal person, far from normal, but hey, and it would show that you, out of everyone, are the balanced one, the person that in all this situation is pouring the soothing balm on the situation, that is being the voice of reason, the person with the wise judgment, you know, seeing things from both sides, and it will put you in that position, and it will make the other two over in America, it will show up their deceit, it will show up the darkness of the way they are, by you being so open and, you know, sort of being so balanced, and giving this interview. It will show up the lies basically that have come out of Montecito. So we've got that situation going ahead. He thinks that it would be a great publicity thing for him, a chance to you know, show himself as the great healer in all of this. So will it actually go ahead? Will it actually go ahead? What about the men at the palace that do all the advising? Maybe they think that it's a good idea. Maybe the men at the palace sort of think that, you know, it would be the finest idea for King Charles to do this. I don't know. Let's see what the cards say. Whoops. Okay, we'll take that one. It wanted to come out. No, they don't think it would be a good idea. You've got here, looking at the worst scenario here, they're just saying, just let it go, you know. Things have gone on and it has been a disaster. Look at these spilt chalices. It's almost like blood on the floor. It's been so awful, and everybody's been focusing on all this bad stuff. It's your coronation. Let's just, you do not want to get into this. You do not want to get embroiled with an interview. Let it go. Say no. Just walk away from it. Say no. Don't get involved. Don't look at the bad stuff. It's not time to do that. It's not time to talk about anything. Keep quiet. Don't be, if you can see this figure pointing at that one, it's almost like almost being not bullied, but you know, you don't have to answer. This person's pointing at them expecting an answer. You don't have to do that. You don't deserve, or people don't deserve to put you on the spot. You know, that isn't your place here. Just keep quiet. And again, the devil, you would be dancing with the devil doing this, because every part of this interview is going to be picked apart. If your eyes look slightly moist, they're going to say, oh, you were very emotional. If your eyes aren't moist, oh, well, he was very hard. You know, whatever you say, you're going to be damned. If you don't mention the dreadful duo, you'll be damned. If you do, whatever you say will be picked apart. So it really is a dance with the devil. Don't go there, sir. That's what they will say. And basically, you will not look good. you just will not look good. You won't look like this temperance. Look, Jonathan Dimbleby and his team are saying, you know, you'll look like the soothing person, the one that's calming everything. They're saying, no, you won't, sir. You won't look like that, because people will pick it apart and they will find any flaw that they can. And, you know, right on top of your coronation, you want to be this way up. You don't want to be the star in reverse. So I feel very strongly from this. Charles was not really on board to begin with. I think because Jonathan Dimbleby is somebody that he's known for a long time, he probably listened and, you know, had a meeting with him and heard him out about having this possible interview. And Jonathan Dimbleby put a very good case to him. But ultimately, his advisors are going to say, no, sir, do not do it. Just stay quiet as you always have. You do not need to be addressing anything. You need to be worrying about your coronation. So I don't think it will go ahead. Let me know what you think, and time will tell. We shall see. Anyway, have a really good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.